will go in the shape of.
We try and grow the network so that we have more and more voices and diverse voices.
Women experience it differently, as the first speaker just said. And that experience is because they are not exposed to information that really will make them knowledgeable and make them prepared for some of these things.
From my experience, the pressure has got to come from the bottom.
Yeah.
That there has to be this, you have to be organizing large grassroots efforts to force the change to happen.
I think that we should integrate climate change in existing agendas and struggles, because a number of women mentioned how difficult it is already for us with the ongoing struggles and agendas, and that if you throw a new item, on the floor now, a lot of women in many countries like Brazil, Suriname, Uruguay, they don't know what climate change is about. When you come to them now and say, now you have to fight for gender and climate change, they're going to tell you, boy, we're still struggling with health. We're still struggling with. So the idea is that in some ways we're going to have to integrate all these, issues that women are working and struggling with. Who should be addressed? Somebody mentioned the US, first of all, in relation to its policies towards developing countries, because it impacts so much on whatever is happening in many of our countries. Market-based policies in all countries, and we also think government knowledge needs to be addressed in terms of gender and climate change.
Then raise awareness at all levels. Everybody has to be aware. There has to be communication between all the stakeholders.
The trick then about how do we get justice, it's not just about visibility, it's not just about decolonization, it's not just about recognizing systemic patterns of capitalist systems, but it's also about recognizing that justice is social. Justice is not about individuals. Justice has history, and that's about recognizing that women bring their voices to the table and they bring their own solutions, and then also that justice isn't technical. Justice is not in the realm of experts only. It's in the realm of everyday activities of women on the ground.
And so we try to really provide a space where we were coming into connection to each other, we're discussing, we're sharing our thoughts, and to enable people really to create a new community and to make a shift in communicating to each other.
So the conference today was really energizing one. We have the realizations that we are not alone. Meeting old friends, new people, new women is always interesting, because then we can do networking, because that's the spirit and the strength of our networking, that we can work together.
Our vision is to have a really lively and very colorful network.
Because we need to say we should go beyond the box of women as wife and mother.
Yes.
But look at women as decision makers.
Yes. Yes.
Not only mother and housewife.
No.
The second input is that we really demand the UNFCCC process to commit to the integration of the gender dimension into all its policies, mechanisms, programs and institutional frameworks. We also urge the UNFCCC parties to adopt a resolution on gender justice, which fulfills the binding obligations on gender and human rights that the UN have already endorsed. We again call for a one-day plenary session, specifically to deal with gender, in order to discuss the gender dimension in the ongoing negotiations before Copenhagen. We lastly are suggesting amongst ourselves that there be a high-level expert advisory group on gender, whose findings and recommendations should be considered official inputs into the UNFCCC process. there is still an ongoing discussion amongst us as we come from diverse backgrounds and we represent diverse mandates to, talking about this.
Aquí estamos mujeres del sur y mujeres del norte y debemos incentivar mucho los intercambios entre nosotras las mujeres de los diferentes países, ver lo que nos está afectando, ver cómo nos podemos unir, si estamos creando un pensamiento que nos lleve a transformar este mundo, que nos lleve a pensar que haya más equidad de género, que haya más respeto hacia la diferencia, que haya más sensibilidad frente a lo que cada uno de nosotros representamos, cada una y uno de nosotros representamos en nuestro planeta.
We are talking about women here. Most of the victims of climate change, most of the victims of these problems that we see, day-to-day conflicts or whatever, are women. But women can also be a powerful agent of change.